Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm naming this house Nerdy, and today I'll be going over the new crazy Boba Fett plot leak that was posted to 4chan and immediately taken off either because of the user or because of copyright reasons. So while it's not confirmed, it is possibilities of this leak being true. So spoilers ahead, and let's get into it. So starting off, I'm not going to be talking about a plot leak beat by beat, but I will be talking about the main things the plot leak talked about. So the first thing the plot leak talks about is that we will be seeing Emilia Clarke reprise her role as Kira from the Crimson Dawn as the main villain of the book of Boba Fett. And while we haven't heard anything specifically about her being the main villain, we haven't really heard anything about the main villain of book of Boba Fett in general. And we heard there was possibilities of her coming back to do more Crimson Dawn stuff and maybe a solo too. So this kind of tracks with previous reports we've talked about. And the plot leak goes on to say that her right hand man will be a grizzled Cad Bane, and we've already known that Cad Bane is heavily rumored to be in the show. We've heard previously that he was rumored to fight Boba Fett in a duel. So the plot leak continues, and it says the Crimson Dawn see Boba Fett as a threat in the stuff he's doing, so they hire bounty hunters to kill him and really hunt him down. And one of them is the Black Kristanian, who is the black-haired Wookiee. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's like a black-haired Wookiee, and who was also previously rumored to be in the show. And then the plot leak continues to say that we will also see Rex and Echo from the Bad Batch, and they are all played by Temuera Morrison, which is kind of crazy and wild, and I'm kind of loving it. Like, that would be a cool scene to see, like seeing a whole bunch of Temuera Morrison, really two. It also says that the CGI and they look good, and it doesn't look like off or off-putting like some people felt the Luke Skywalker looked in Mando Season 2. But attached to that, we will also see Bosk, and he comes in at the same time as around Rex and Echo. And then all this will lead to Boba Fett versus Cad Bane, who is Kira's right-hand man. That was also previously heavily rumored that we will see this duel. And it says that Boba Fett will obviously win because he's the guy and he's Boba Fett. And then finally, the leak says that it ends with us seeing Rex without Echo, but with Din Djarin, and them trying to recruit Boba to take back Mandalore, which is also previously rumored. And we heard that they want to get back to Mandalore and they want to take it over, and they're going to try to recruit Boba because he's Boba Fett and he's a Mandalorian. He's one of the most famous ones, or I guess infamous would be the correct term to use. Now, this leak sounds fun and it has a lot of cool things, but the biggest problem is there are some things missing that we previously heard were going to be in the show. Like Grogru, a lot of sources have said that Grogu's definitely in the show, and that was a heavily rumored thing. So I definitely think Grogu's in there, and I don't know, maybe this leak just didn't have that information, I don't know. But also, there's no Luke Skywalker, which was also a previously reported thing, and it's not as likely as I think Grogu is, but I think Grogu is going to be with Luke Skywalker or Din Djarin, either one, and I think both of them are going to be in the show. Then you also have Han Solo, who is also recently rumored to be in the show, to be coming in with Luke. So all these people could be coming together. And I think there's an explanation as to why these three specifically aren't mentioned, is because they could be using stagecraft like they did Mando Season 2 and having different scripts and different people in certain places and shooting things remotely with Luke, Han, and Grogu like they did in Mando Season 2, and nobody would really know, and the person doing this leak wouldn't have that information, and they would kind of just not be in the story that is presented to everybody else. And I do think a lot of these things from the leak will happen. I do think there'll be a lot of bounty hunters chasing him. I think we will see Cad Bane. I don't know if it will happen in this capacity. I think we're also going to see Grogu, Luke, and Han Solo. Han Solo will probably be the less likely of the three. So I think they could be using that stagecraft and the same technique they used in Mando Season 2 to hide these big cameos. And finally, I want to say that these leaks are either true, and this is the plot of Book of Boba Fett, or this leaker gathered a bunch of previously reported leaks and corroborated leaks and then formed them together to make a plausible plot leak. And if you're in the Marvel leaking community, this happens quite a bit. You'll hear a lot of cool things, they'll pull them together and they'll make a cool story and plot leak that's basically fan fiction. And this kind of what it reads like, but it also has a lot of things that could happen, and it makes sense. So that's why I said it's plausible and it could be true, and these could be spoilers, and we don't have much leaked for the show already, so who really knows at this? But this plot leak does sound dope, and I would love to see all these things happen, like I said before, but mostly and especially Luke and Han together, which would be very fun and super nerdy to see. But overall, I am very excited for the Book of Boba Fett, and I cannot wait to see Boba Fett in action. I think it's going to be spectacular. If you agree, disagree, leave your opinions down below. Peace out.